Hello everyone, welcome. Quick little intro here. I've got another one of my recreating Pinterest eyeshadow looks video for you guys. To those of you who watched it, you enjoyed it and you said you wanted more or another one, and so here I am. Here we are. Here are 3 more looks that I tried recreating from my Pinterest with no tutorials or anything, just the picture to base the look off of. I think I did a pretty dang good job this time around once again, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So this video is going to be long enough already. Let's just get on into it. Hello everyone, welcome to this first tutorial. Here is the inspiration shot that I'm going to be working off of. Super simple-ish looking, but still has an impact, still looks really just soft and pretty. The thing that I love the most about this, I think, is that, you know, while the kind of orange to purple on the lid is something that I've seen plenty of times before, I just loved that combined with that bright cobalt liner on the waterline. I just think that is a gorgeous combination, and I am ready to try and recreate it. We'll see how I do. I think the majority of the shades I'm gonna be looking for are going to come from these 2 palettes. I've got my Sephora Pro Smoky Jewels palette, as well as my BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. We'll see, I might have to dip into more stuff, but for now I think these are gonna do me just fine. So, to start off, I'm gonna use one of my favorite blending brushes. We will zoom you in. This is the Luxie 231 Small Tapered Blending brush, and I am going to use this. It looks like the creator had used like kind of a neutral chocolatey type of a brown in the crease and then blended it up and out with a much more warm, like milk chocolate kind of a brown, almost, you know, borderline orangey. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go into Woodland up here in my Sephora palette on this brush and just lightly start to do a transition here. Just lay down some base work. I did already prime my eyelids, but I'm not going too intense with this yet. It probably looks like I am, but we're just setting up the foundations here. I want something for the deeper, richer brown in the crease to kind of adhere to and blend with immediately, rather than just putting it on my blank lids and letting it skid mark all over. I would rather it didn't. I want to go for a clean wipe here. So I am now gonna do a combo of driftwood and earth. I do this a lot where I just bibbity bop in one, bibbity bop in the other, tap it off, and then, you know, it is what it is. Bob's your uncle, right? That's the saying. Actually, I'm gonna take that back momentarily. I was going to use the fluffy brush. We will, but first I want to put it in with a pencil brush. This is from e.l.f. It's the 202 brush. And this, again, I'm just gonna bibbity bop, boopity boop between driftwood and earth, tap it off, and then just put our line in there. So I'm just putting this through the crease. We don't have to blend it too much yet because we will be doing that soon. And instead of bringing it down and on the little like I usually do, it actually looks like they kind of flicked it up a little bit. So I'm gonna try and do that too. And then I'm gonna blend it with this fluffy brush that I had already put those colors on. So I'm just placing the brush exactly where we had done the crease pencil brush color, and then after I have deposited the pigment in there, then I'm gonna be blending it up and out, just like it looks like the person in the photo did. Yay! And again, just kind of flicking it and making it kind of go up towards the brow there. And in the end, if I feel like the blend isn't the best, which I am kind of feeling that way, I will go back into that woodland shade and blend these together more. It's a little more seamless. Now, ooh, looking juicy. I don't know why I was about to say juicy. It's really not. But now I'm going to go into my BH Cosmetics palette here, and I want to dip into these matte purples. It looks like they did a matte purple on the outer portion. And actually, I think I'm getting a little ahead of myself. It doesn't look like there's a super harsh cut crease or anything here, but it does look like it's a little bit more cut than how I've got it right now. So I'm just gonna take this Wet n Wild flat brush. It's probably like an eye shader brush, but I'm just gonna use this with my NARS Creamy Concealer and just really, really lightly gonna start in the middle of my lids and make, I mean, if anything, you know, not only will I be cutting my crease a bit, but also just giving the shimmer shades that we will be putting down on my lids a bit more of a base to pop off on. So, as I said, this doesn't have to be a super crisp line, but I do think there's a bit more crispness to the crease in the inspiration photo than what I had previously applied. Now for the purple, I'm going to go in with this Lavish eye brush. This is the eye shading brush. And again, I'm just going to mix these two matte purples here, the Gemini and Cancer mattes, because I can't decide which one the inspiration photo looks more like it is. They're very similar purples, but I am just going to use this on the outer third, oh yes, of my lid, making sure to bring that out through that little flick that we had done, and really just concentrating on the pigment, not worrying too much about blending it on the lid here, just a little bit of a gradient, but we will do further blending. Then it looks like there's a peachy orange on the inner third of the lid. I don't know, I kind of want to do Fire Opal from my Sephora palette, but I think that might be too dark. I think it's gonna be Sailor Moon ColourPop to the rescue here. I think I'm gonna Twilight Flash. I think so. Here I'm just gonna use this Alamar brush. It's another flat shader, kind of a concealer type brush. And as I said, I'm gonna go into Twilight Flash up here and hope that this is what I'm looking for. Maybe not quite. I think this is a little bit too macaroni pastel. I think I'm gonna mix it very lightly with the Fire Opal shade. We're employing a lot of this bibbidi bop boobity boo technique. I know, it's a lot to take in, but promise, sometimes it works out. Really, I mean, we are just really employing this when in doubt, bibbidi bop it out. I'm going to mix Silver Millennium and Silver Crystal just on my finger, and I'm going to be popping this right in the center of my lid and then smooshing it outwards, mostly towards that orange, but also a little bit onto the purple as well. Honestly, this is kind of fire. So I'm now gonna go into Luna. I didn't realize I was gonna employ so much of this ColourPop palette, but I just very lightly want to use this to blend the matte purple with the shimmer shade that we had used. It looks like in the inspiration photo, the majority of this purple is matte, or it stayed matte, but I just want a little bit more of a blend there. Yes. Then to finish things up, we're gonna move, I'm sorry, have you guys been zoomed out too much? I think I say this all the time, but I never know how close you wanna be. But I'm just gonna use a flat liner brush from ColourPop. This is the E11 brush, and I am going to use this to line my lower lash line with this kind of a deep eggplanty purple from the BH Cosmetics palette, the Taurus matte shade, and then I am going to fluffily blend that out with a shade from my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. I am going to blend it out with Black Currant here, and yeah, then we can finish up with liner and lashes. All right, my friends, I am so stoked on this eye look. I think it came out really nice, and like I said, I mean, it's fairly simple in concept, but overall, the way that the colors all pull together, I just think it's really, really pretty. So I guess what you probably didn't see me do, you know, off camera, was just line my waterline with a cobalt blue. I used my Makeup Geek Full Spectrum liner in, what is this called? Cobalt. Very nice, very nice. And then I also lined my upper waterline just very roughly with the same brand of pencil liner in the espresso shade, and then smudged that out to a slight wing there. It looked like the inspiration photo, you know, had that. And then I put on some mascara. You know, inspiration photo had falsies on, but I'm just not a falsies girl. I'm just not in the mood. But I think a healthy dose of mascara did me just fine. So yeah, there's the look. Like I said, I am really, really happy with how this came together. It seems like a simple look, but I really don't think I would have ever pulled this exact type of a thing together with the matte purple on the outside, and like not the traditional like matte deep purple that I would use on the outside of my lids, but like that nice vibrant lilac-y, pastel-y, but impactful I just really, really like the combo of finishes on the shadows and then the color combination. So I hope you guys like it too. I hope you like the way it turned out, and yay, thanks to the LP for creating this beautiful look, or at least the inspiration for this look. This one with these colors, all mine. Hello, my friends. I am so conflicted about whether or not I'm going to be able to pull off this next one, just because I thought I had these colors, but I don't know that I actually have these colors. Here is the inspiration photo. I think it is simple but beautiful. I hope I can find out who this creation is by the time that I post this video, but if not, I apologize. Like I said in my original Pinterest recreation video, that is one of the biggest downfalls of Pinterest, is that you don't have to link to the original source. So I thought for sure, because I think the thought behind this whole look, at least in my eyes, is going based off of that like reddy brown, blue, teal, shifty kind of an eyeshadow, which I thought I had like 800 of those. Turns out I might not even have one. I think I might have found one though, so hopefully that works out. I also figured I would have like that light robin's eggy blue. Turns out I don't know that I do, but I think I found something that might end up working out. You know, I just think this was a nice play on that duochrome shadow, in that they made the whole eye kind of that duochrome. I just think it's gorgeous, and I'm gonna try my darndest to make it happen. So I was very happy to find in my Zodiac Love Signs BH Cosmetic palette this really bright robin's eggy blue. It's a little deeper. I think it should be a bit more of a pastel-y blue based on the picture, but I don't think I own that. I mean, in the Sephora Pro palette, I've got this color right here. Now that I'm looking at it, is that the duochrome shade that I need? Oh, that might be. And they're right next to each other. That might be a sign from above. This was like the rainbow or editorial Pro Pigment palette from Sephora. I do also have a couple other Urban Decay palettes here. I found my very old Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, which this definitely has that duochrome. I just wasn't sure, that might have been a little bit too deep for this look, and I probably shouldn't be using something this old on my skin, but you know, these are the risks we sometimes take when we're stupid. So I'm trying to decide if I should put down a base or not. I keep thinking I have everything I need to get started for this look, and then I'm like, let me grab 12 more palettes, because I don't think I do. Now I think I have it all. So I want to start with this BH Cosmetics number 8 brush, their Studio Pro brush. It's a dense little contour brush. And are you guys ready for a throwback? I have got the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette here, and I'm gonna go into Punk up in this top corner. This was the shade that I was having trouble finding, which I think is a little shocking. You know, I thought I had a good bajillion mauve-y, berry, burgundy browns, deep browns, but apparently I don't. Zoom you in a little closer for this, but I am just going to be using this on the outer 1/3-ish of my crease. Oh yeah, there it is. And then blending it towards the center a little bit. And then also putting this on the outer third of my lid. Not worried about blending yet. We will certainly get into that in just a moment here, but like, oh, the pigment. So good. So good. And it looks like the original post, they had done that kind of, you know, triangular cut on the outside. So I'm gonna start laying down the foundation for that to happen. Oh, what a delicious eyeshadow. Seriously, that's the only word I can think of when I look at this color. It's delicious. Let's get into our second helping. Yay! And then with a nice fluffy brush, this is a Real Techniques 203 brush, one of my favorite blending fluffy brushes. I'm going to be attempting kind of a gradient blend where I'm going to start with Are You Kiddin' Me right here from this Violet Voss Pro palette, and I'm gonna blend out this top portion of this shadow, and then to further merge the two, I'm going to very lightly be dipping into Teddy Bear from this same palette and blending as well. Looks like we're not going too close to the brow, but you know, blending is, no one needs to blend, but I do want to. So like I said, I'm just placing this right at the top of where we ended that Urban Decay shade, and then I'm just lightly blending that upwards and outwards, also just a little bit on the bottom as well, this bottom cut. Now time for the teal blue-green gorgeousness. I am gonna go in with this ColourPop E5. It's like a pencil contour brush. I think to begin, I'm gonna use this shade from this Sephora palette. I'm gonna use this to really concentrate that blue pigment. Whew. Or at least attempt to, right in the inside crease. The inside crease, the inner half, beginning half, whatever you're gonna want to call it. Maybe I should have put a base down for this part to make this really pop, but I think it's doing fine. Then to fluff and blend that out, I'm gonna go in with this BH Cosmetics number 8 brush. This was from the Luxe Marble brush set. I really don't know that this color is going to be any different, but this Capricorn matte shade from the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love palette, blah blah blah. I'm gonna use this to, yeah, no, I think those are pretty much exactly the same color, which totally fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend. Starting to merge the brown with that blue, as well as just blend this upwards towards my brow. We want this to be pretty prominent, I think, at least based on the inspiration photo. I mean, it's a little hard because that photo is taken at an angle, but I think this is the right idea. This is turning into a look. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into my Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. It has been a minute, but I'm gonna use this ColourPop E1. It's a flat shader, but it's a little bit fluffier. And I'm gonna use this in Ember. I had a bit of a problem finding like a deep burgundy brown. Again, this is one of those things that I was like, oh yeah, no, I've got a million of those. Apparently not, but I'm just gonna use this over top of where we had that matte shade on the lid. Not quite going to the very outside. I want to leave that part matte, but I am just applying this to my lid. Oh, wow. Probably could have used this shade right here in this Wet n Wild palette, but now I'm going in for this definer shade in the Comfort Zone palette on this same brush, and I'm going to apply this on the inner part of my lid, inner half-ish. Oh, the fallout is real. But oh yes, that is exactly what I was going for. Yay, that duochrome. All right, come through. Okay, let's get rid of this fallout real quick, hopefully. Yay. Good old jumbo fan brush. Then to finish things out and really amp up that blue on my lids, I am gonna go in again with my BH Cosmetics palette into the shiny Capricorn shade onto my finger, just very, very lightly. And I'm just gonna tap this on the inner third of my lid and then very lightly blend that outward. You know, I'm not trying to cover up either of those other two lid shades, just kind of connecting it together and amping up the blue. Hey! Alright my friends, here's the finished look. I love it. I really, really do love the way that this turned out. It's something definitely different for me, putting that bright blue on the inside of my lid space. Usually I reserve those kind of colors for my lower lash line. So to leave my lower lash line naked like this and putting all the color up on my lids, I just think the color transition is beautiful. Like I said earlier, I love that play on that one duochrome shadow and bringing that into a whole look like this, like really emphasizing it. I guess I didn't say, I did go ahead and just right underneath my brow and in the inner corner, I just used a white matte shade. I suppose it was more of like a creamy off-white, but I wasn't sure if the original had used that. Definitely under the brow, but I wasn't sure about the inner corners, so I just did it. I also lined my waterline with just a nude pencil liner from Pacifica. Again, I don't know that the original poster had used anything in their waterline, but I thought that this looked nice. And then I just put on a healthy dose of mascara, top and bottom lashes, and this is the look. I really do. I love it. I love that it's simple, but it's different. It's a pop. It's something new for me anyways, and I just really, really, I'll say it a million times, I guess, I love that play on colors. I think it is gorgeous. So hopefully you guys like it too and you think I did an okay job. I certainly think I did quite nicely. All right, everyone, third and final look for this video. This is the mother load. I hope I can pull this off. This is such a gorgeous eye look. Absolutely beautiful. Just reminds me of royalty and jewels and, I don't know, India? Something about this just reminds me of like those rich, like kind of Bollywood outfits, I feel like. Just gorgeousness. All of it. Oh, I don't know that I can. I'm gonna try. I'm definitely gonna try. I pulled out so many different eyeshadow palettes for this. I've got a lot of Urban Decay, BH Cosmetics, Sephora, Makeup Geek, you know, I just don't know which colors I should use, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna really try on this one. Not that I haven't been trying before, but you know what I mean? It's getting serious. The cardigan's coming off. I'm gonna zoom you in. I felt like a lot of this I could pull from my Urban Decay On the Run palette, but I'm also going to employ this Natasha Denona 5-pan palette. This is the Cranberry palette. I think, honestly, it really looks like in the inspiration photo, you know, this exact kind of a color and this exact kind of a color. So I think this might be fate saying, yes, Cassie, do it. Those are the two. Okay, so I am going to start with this e.l.f. contour brush and I'm going to begin, let's see, actually, nope, take that back. Getting ahead of myself. I'm going to begin with this Real Techniques 203 fluffy blending brush, dip it into this deep purpley cranberry, kind of an orchid color. No, I'm not. Why did I do that? Oh my gosh. Is this a sign that I shouldn't be doing this right now? Okay, so I've got the tiniest little bit of that on my brush, and I'm going to begin now, again, in this pink cranberry, rosy, soft, but impactful pink. Tap that off. I already did prime my lids, but this was just used. Am I actually shaking? I'm nervous about this one, you guys. I don't know why. I think it's because I think it's so pretty. But yeah, I'm just gonna use this to apply liberally in my crease and then fluffing it out. This doesn't need to be blended to perfection quite yet. We are going to be doing that later as well, but I just want to, like I said, concentrate that in my crease and really make sure it's popping up above as well, so that it comes up above the lid when the eyes are open. And then, I can't tell for sure, but I do think that the top edge of this was blended out a little bit with a very soft, taupey, almost cool-toned brown. So I'm gonna use this ColourPop shadow in the shade Wake Up Call. Just a very fluffy blender. This is from Luxie. It's the mini tapered 121 brush. And as I said, I'm just gonna use this to very lightly blend out this upper edge. Just the slightest little bit. It's not a lot, but I do think that it happened in the inspiration photo. Could I be making it up? Is my brain playing tricks on me like my tongue just did? Maybe. But you know, these are just inspired by looks, right? Trying to recreate. And if I end up going astray, awry, that's the word I'm looking for, yeah, that's life. We just gotta take one from Frank Sinatra and remember that we are gonna be shot down in May. By the time you guys see this, it will be May. Oh, that just got a little too real there. But then again, I don't know that any of us were really flying high in April. So, will the rest of it come true? I don't know about that. Now, as I originally had done, I'm gonna go into this purple shade from the Natasha Denona palette on this Real Techniques fluffy brush. And I am going to use this to carve my crease even more. Now we are going to be cutting the crease on the lid in just a moment, so I'm not gonna worry too much about making my lid space too clean and organized looking, but I just want to add that extra definition to my crease, pump up the drama, pump up the jams, because this is like a jam kind of a color. Oh, you guys, I'm full of it today. Now, like I said, we're gonna do a semi-cut crease. This doesn't look like a super solid one or anything, but I'm just using my NARS Creamy Concealer and this ColourPop number 11 brush. It looks like either a flat shader or some sort of a concealer blending brush. So I'm gonna use it for both of those purposes, using a concealer as an eyeshadow. So, like I said, I'm just gonna clean up the lids. We're gonna give the lids a good, nice canvas that they'll be able to play off of when we put down that green and everything. And then I just want to not make sure that it's like a super harsh line or anything, but we just want to cut the lid where it ends and where the crease begins, making our lids into little half moons. And now that we have that done, we are going to go back in. I have to look up. I don't remember where this eyeshadow came from. It says on the back that the shade name is Atropos, but I'll try and, put on the screen here what shade this is. But either way, it's just a deep eggplanty purple. It's got a little bit of that cranberry to it from like the shades we used before, but it's a bit more cool toned, and I'm just gonna put that on my Real Techniques brush that we have been using. This I'm going to be putting on the outer portion of the lid as well as the inner portion, creating a little bit of a halo effect, right? Isn't that what this is called? And then also being sure to blend that into the crease color that we had put down before. Do you guys, you gotta let me know in those comments how close you guys like me to be zoomed in, because I really don't know. Some people, I feel like they like to be able to see my mouth when I'm talking, and a lot of you say no, you want to see the actual eyeshadow application, in which case I gotta do it like this. And then I'm just ever so slightly putting this at the top where the concealer and the crease shade had met before. Again, not a lot, but I just want to kind of take down the harshness of that cut, as well as bring this down onto the outer third-ish of my lower lash line. have rehomed my ColourPop rainbow shades and also added a couple extra, but I want to go into this gorgeous orchidy magenta. It's got a blue shift to it. Again, I apologize, these ColourPop shadows came unnamed to me through PR, but I'm just gonna go in with this BH Studio Pro number 9 brush. It's just this very small kind of a flat detail brush. I'm gonna go into that shade and I'm going to use this kind of right over the edge of where we had placed that last shade on the lid. So I'm kind of blending that together. This shade doesn't look like super apparent in the inspiration photo. Almost to the point where I'm like, Cassie, are you sure that's even there? You know, again, I don't know. I really don't. But I do think that this is what I want to do and this is what I'm doing. So I am putting this down. I think it's just going to help and blend this purple into the green that we're going to put down, just because this does have that blue shift to it. It's also, you know, it's just helping to blend things, helping to create a gradient, also just give a bit more dimension. And overall, I just think it's pretty. I'm also going to go in with my Real Techniques brush real quick in that shade and just blend this on the lower lash line as well. So we are keeping the tops and bottoms looking similar, the same, whatever you want to say. Once again, just leaving a little bit of room there. The incoming green. Looking so electric, and it's about to get even more so. Now, I'm really stumped on this green color that was used. I don't know that I have that exact color. It's like a mix between an emerald jadey green, but then it's also got a little bit of a seafoam blue. It's beautiful. So I am going to try, and I'm going to use this Real Techniques shading brush here, and I'm going to go into a palette that I thought I was going to be using a lot, this Born to Run palette. I've really just been using the mirror. But now I'm going to be going into Wanderlust, which is a nice foresty emerald green. And don't worry, I know that that's not quite the color, you know, that was on the inspiration photo, but I just want to lay this down. Cassie, I think you just made a huge mistake. I think I'm going to mix it with Blue Sky, the shade underneath it. Close, but not yet. And now, where I think this is going to be redeemed, I'm going to go into this shade here, which is that nice seafoamy kind of a green. This is from the same place that I got the eggplanty purple we used before, but this is in the shade Gaia. But I'm just going to color switch off the Real Techniques brush from before, and I'm going to go into this delicious shade, because I think this shade on its own was going to be a bit too light and too seafoamy, but I think on top of the tealy emerald that we put down, I think this is gonna... Yes! Yes! Oh, joy. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, I'm so happy. Take care of some of this fallout. Now where this is really gonna start coming together, well, actually a couple things. The little detail-y smudge brush, the e.l.f. small smudge brush. I'm gonna go in with Thanks a Latte, just a matte cream color, but this one is in particular from the Violet Voss Pro palette, the Holy Grail. And I'm gonna use this to just highlight underneath my brow bone. Yeah, it's a step that's not super impactful, but I do think it makes a difference. Now for that bright yellow gold, I immediately, when I saw this color in her inner corner, thought of my BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love Sign palette and this Cancer shade. I mean, this whole palette kind of reminded me of this eye look, but the colors just weren't quite right. Close, but not quite what I needed. But so I'm just going to go into this bright, brilliant yellow gold here. And I'm going to use this to really quite liberally highlight my inner corners. And then this is going to end up connecting with that eyeliner as well. So we want to pack a punch there. And then also, you know, you want it to blend it out a little bit. You don't want it to be too stark of an application. But boom, just a big old sunburst there. here it is. Here is the look all pulled together. Oh, it was some work, you know, getting that liner done, but I did it. And I am so happy. So I just went ahead and used my Makeup Geek full spectrum liner pencil in Spice on my waterline. It just looked like they had used the original poster, like a taupe kind of a color in their waterline. And then on the upper lash line, you know, they did that double liner. So I went ahead and did the matte black pigmented liner, my Ofra gel liner. And then I also went ahead and used one of my L'Oreal Liquid Diamond shadows, the yellow one, to do the gold lining. And I also have on falsies, obviously, because I felt like, I mean, not only did the original poster use them, but I feel like this kind of a look demands them. I got these in my BoxyCharm this past month. They're from Baddington. What does it say? These are the Harlow 3D silk lashes. These are immense. They like basically touch my eyebrows almost, I feel like. I mean, they really don't, but these are some falsies. It's a lot. It's a lot more than I'm used to anyways, but you know, dramatic eyeshadow, dramatic lashes. I think it goes together, and I think I did a good job, you guys. I'm so happy. I don't think that the colors are picking up right here on my camera. I've tried so hard doing all sorts of adjustments to the brightness, the color contrasts, and it just doesn't look great, but in real life, I think I got the colors pretty darn close to how they are in the inspiration photo, and the look overall, I think I also got it pretty dang close to the inspiration photo. I'm so proud of myself. I hope you guys like it too. I think it is so pretty. And yeah, like I said, I'm just so proud. Alrighty, there we have it, my friends. There were these 3 beautiful, beautiful Pinterest eyeshadow looks that I tried recreating into my own beautiful concoctions on my eyes. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you think I did a decent job. I don't know why I'm motioning to my eyes, because this was not a part of the video. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Certainly let me know if you want to see a part 3. I'm really enjoying recreating these looks, doing this type of a thing. So if you want to see a part 3, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever in the future, let me know in the comments down below. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, whatever the case may be, by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. My eyelashes are hitting my glasses and it's really bothering me, but you can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!